Thank you very much. And I also have questions for the VPD.
Okay, go ahead.
We all want the 4 pillars to be in place. I believe we all want safe supply, but we don't have that. And we're not just talking about intravenous drugs here. We're also, I'm assuming people are going to continue to smoke crack and have, other drugs actively practiced as well. So those are the conditions precedent that we're going in. My question is, do you think it is going to make a difference here at this location versus having a mobile van? Do you think this will act as a magnet or a destination, or do you see a difference between the mobile and the physical ongoing space from a VPD perspective?
It's Inspector Bill Spear in Vancouver Police. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the question, Councillor. I guess the van has been there for a while, and it has been operated in that location for a while. It's my understanding that, the van, and maybe Vancouver Coastal Health can confirm this, like 50 to 80 clients a day. I'm not sure what the space will allow for clients to visit a day, if it'll be more or less.
So capacity is a question.
Absolutely.
Do you think, we've heard a lot from residents in the area about the impact of the Howard Johnson and activity along Granville Street. Do you think that this will exacerbate this problem, or do you think that the conditions, again, at the Hojo and Granville Street will persist whether or not we locate the safe injection site here?
Yeah, I mean, the location is everything, and if Coastal Health says there's a need here, there's that's they would know best. But I guess I said last week that my concern is that we're going to have some predatory elements moving in because there's no safe supply. So, but hopefully that's coming down the road.
So again, I'm looking to understand if we're putting out fire with gasoline here. Are we making things worse? And as you say, location.
Yeah, I mean, harm reduction, supervised consumption, overdose prevention is one part of the solution. We need, obviously there's other parts that need to be brought in as well here.
We're concerned about concentrating all of this activity in the downtown east side. We've seen hotel again becoming worse and more concentrated if more hotels are purchased in the area. And do you see this again intersecting with the question of the overdose prevention site?
Maybe Deputy Chow could speak to this in a broader context with our crime stats.
Yeah, I'll jump in. It's Howard Chow, and yes, any concentration of this, we've spoken about this quite publicly over the last number of weeks, is a concern whenever we have, if you want to call it a critical mass. I think the feedback over the last 5 months has been very clear about that as well from community and residents. So there is concerns, and this is something that's led us to reallocate resources into the area and to adjust our policing to listen to what the community has to say. So this is probably one of the top 2-3 priorities in the city for us at VPD right now, is dealing with.
Oh, okay, so quickly, we're looking at the map that we saw in the distribution of overdose deaths, and we acknowledge that they're distributed around the fabric of the city. Do you see, through the lens of policing, a need for a more distributed approach to the location of these activities, or do you think it's appropriate to consolidate it downtown?
Well, I mean, I think the experts in that is going to be Coastal Health in terms of the allocation of where that site specifically needs to be. When we look at our map and overdose deaths, that's something we track daily. And we're seeing clusterings in other neighborhoods. And obviously, we're looking at it through a different lens. So our lens is in terms of the overdose deaths that we do go to. Understandably, coroners are going to give a more exact number. Our numbers that Inspector Spearn talked about, 60% of the deaths are happening downtown Eastside. And then other neighborhoods are also getting, although albeit they're very close in numbers, other neighborhoods are also collecting the deaths. I understand Coastal Health is looking at the overdoses. Is that where their guiding principles are?
Thank you. That's 5 minutes. Councillor Weeb, up to 5 minutes.